One of the most important questions you can ever ask yourself in any situation, any season, any decision, anything is just one word. Why? Why are you dating them? Why are you in school? Why are you in business? Why do you believe in God? Why do you create content? Why do you exist? Why? These extremely deep existential questions are somewhere in between completely pointless and unequivocally necessary. They mean the world, but mean nothing at the same time. It's really crazy. I know it's oxymoronical. I don't even know if that's a word, but you get what I'm trying to say. But as the ancient Palestinian King Solomon once said, it's all vapor. It's all meaningless. Vanity, vanity. It's all vanity. You can look it up in Ecclesiastes if you're not sure what I'm talking about. That's in your Bible, the book of Ecclesiastes. But even vapor in its short lifetime can heal a body, cook a meal, water a plant, or clean a surface. It has meaning. So we can't really escape this question of why. Discovering my why was pivotal in my journey as a Christian, as a creator, as a coach, and me running my life like a business. Every good business knows why they exist and what they're supposed to do with their existence. And I hope with what I'm about to share with you in this episode, you will know your why too. You're listening to the Build Your Vision podcast, a podcast series about maneuvering the ups and downs of building a life that you're proud of, captured in real time. A community where dreamers become doers and doers become world changers. Let's go. Yo, what's up? I'm Clee, the visionary. This is the Build Your Vision show, the #1 show in the world for young visionaries who are serious, not just curious about building a life they are proud of. And I'm here to give you the tools that you need. This is part 2 of the series, You Inc. And if this is your first time listening to the show, welcome. But I suggest you go back to episode 109, where we open up part 1 of this series, just so that you have a more broad reference point of what we're talking about in today's episode. It's not very long, and it's just an episode before. I suggest you go back and listen to it. All right. So a little while back, I stumbled across a book called Find Your Why by Simon Sinek, or kind of ghostwritten by Simon Sinek. He has another book that's very, very popular called Start With Why. This is like the sequel, but it's really a prequel to that book. And I would recommend it, but honestly, it's more of an exercise book than a book that you read. So that's exactly what we're going to talk about in today's episode, because I'm going to explain how these exercises work and how it changed my life forever. I mean, like, this is the framework. This is the groundwork. This is the cement of building your life like a business in You Inc. So the crux of the book is basically stating that every person has meaning behind their being and doing. No one just does things, enjoys things, or hates things. There's always a reason why. So you just have to take the time to discover it. And once you do, every single decision you make, personally or professionally, will get more clear, because your why is your home base. So this is how you do it in a really short and shallow explanation. You find a friend that you trust, but also isn't super close to you. So this excludes like siblings, parents, or lifelong friends who probably know more about you than you know about yourself. You want a trustworthy friend, but a friend that may not know you the best. This friend becomes your why partner. It is their job to listen to what you are about to do next. Now, for me, I picked my ex-coworker, who ended up being a great friend of mine, but we had just met each other within probably that year, and we developed a really strong friendship, but there was a lot that we didn't know about each other's past lives. But he was also someone that I knew I could trust with, being kind of vulnerable and sharing some information about myself that maybe not a lot of people know. He's actually going to be on this episode, so listen up. He's coming up in a few minutes. So you have this why partner, and it is their job to listen to what you are about to do next. You write down the most pivotal or memorable moments of your past, anywhere from the day you were born until yesterday, at the time that you do the exercise. You share those moments with your partner, and they ask clarifying and probing questions to better understand the emotions behind why you chose to share that moment. What we don't usually realize is that there are common themes in the moments that matter the most to us. And it is your partner's job to identify those themes. And I always suggest that you do it for your partner as well. And you guys could go both ways and both reap the benefits of this exercise. Out of those themes, you and your partner will be able to narrow down your why. Now, I just went over that like super fast, super shallow. There are a lot more details that go into this process to ensure that you do it right, so that you can get accurate and most effective results. Because if you do it incorrectly or you rush through it, you might get results, but they won't be the most accurate results. So it would take way too long for me to break it all down in one podcast episode or even a multitude of them, because I don't want to really take up the real estate of the show just for one exercise. So here is what I did for y'all. I break it all down in a free mini course that I put together specifically for you, because I really want you guys to do this. This is so important. If you skip over this, just throw it away. Just throw it all away. This is the foundation of You Inc. So I break down exactly how to do this, how to get super clear on not only your why, but how you will execute your why in your daily life. You know, I'm a pragmatic person. How do we make it practical so that I could implement, so that you can implement? So that's what we're going to be breaking down. It's completely free. You could go click the show notes below, or you could just go to buildyourvision.co. That's buildyourvision.co/why. So everything I share with you on this show is stuff that I have actually done myself. I speak from experience. That's the only thing I'm going to talk about on the show is stuff that I have actually done and that I just want to share with you. So to give a better idea of how this experience feels, I brought on my friend Tom that I mentioned earlier, and we went through this exercise together.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing because it really helps narrow in and focus on what you really want to accomplish and what you're really passionate about. And when I was first going into it, I was thinking to myself, this is something that is going to be amazing because I kind of already have an idea of what I'm doing and kind of the trajectory that I want to just keep going at. But it really did open my eyes a little bit more as I kind of sat back and I kind of marinated on what I've been doing, what I want to do, and then hearing new ideas from my partner about what he had heard, which is Clee, I partnered with you to do this, what you heard that I was saying in terms of, talking about what I was passionate about and what I wanted to help and what I wanted to do. So I think to answer that question, it was a great experience for grounding myself in some self-awareness, planting some seeds for the future of things that I really want to do, and really helping me take a moment to really define what it is that matters most for my personal self, for my brand. If I'm treating myself like a business, it really helped root me in that. So I found the exercise incredibly rewarding, eye-opening, and would absolutely recommend it. To hear some of your responses, to hear your answers, first it confirmed a lot about what I knew about you, that you were driven, you were focused, you were motivated, you wanted to change the world, you wanted to help others, you wanted to share this intentional way of living with people and really being intentional about what you do. So as your partner in this process, seeing that happen, hearing what you had to say was great, but it was also kind of eye-opening for me because I heard you say things that made me think, oh, I kind of want to do that too. That's kind of important to me as well. So from both sides of this, I think it was really eye-opening because I learned more about you, but in the process, I also learned more about myself and maybe things that I wasn't even thinking about initially that I could do a little bit differently or that I could incorporate into my life with the people that I work with, into my 3-year goal plan, my 5-year goal plan. All around, it was really very eye-opening.
How did it make you feel, like on an emotional level?
It made me feel even more empowered. So my whole goal that I walked away with is to help empower and inspire others so that they can thrive in all that they do.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so in the process of really trying to figure that out, I too felt more empowered because I really thought about this. I had a trusted friend who I was running these ideas by, that I was sharing experiences with. The exercise itself is really cool because it asks you all of these questions that, really make you think and reflect and, help you get pointed towards that North Star. So on the emotional level, I love stuff like this. Just personally, I love professional development. I remember telling you, Cleavon, like, I want to go back and do this with our entire team.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want everybody I know to do this. So emotionally, I was feeling like this is amazing. This helps people on a team. Man, what if we figured out our why as a team, as an
Yep.
organization, and just imagine how this might radically change everything that we're doing to have better results, a greater impact, and truly like just make a huge splash together.
Yeah.
So emotionally, I was fired up and
Yeah.
and thrilled.
I'm telling you guys, you don't want to miss out on this. If you hear from Candace, if you hear from Tom, what their experience was and how it's helping them to this very day in their daily lives, this is the foundation of how you build your life like a business. You Inc. Look, if you want to get in on that free mini course, you can go to buildyourvision.co. That's buildyourvision.co/VIP to get into the VIP Visionaries and Purpose Network, where I'm releasing all kinds of extra content. Or you could go to buildyourvision.co/Y. Do not skip this part. It is crucial. It keeps me grounded. It keeps me focused. It keeps me purposeful. Look, guys, the world is simply just too distracting for you to build You Incorporated, for you to really like elevate. Like, you're just tired of being stuck. You are allergic to average. You want to take your life to the next level. The world is too distracting for you to do that without a solid foundation. It's so easy to lose sight of your why. And without it, you'll continue to go nowhere and everywhere at the same time, all while never being where you're supposed to be. And trust me, I am speaking from experience. You can hear the passion in my voice. I'm speaking from experience with this, guys. And as a visionary, you know my mind be all over the place. I get a new idea literally every 5 seconds. So I hope you rock with this episode, guys. I can't wait to get to the next one. Oh, the next one, I have a special guest on the show, guys, and it's lit. Like, we're going to talk about layering your personality, finding your niche. Like, I'm not even going to get into all of it. Just make sure you subscribe and share the show with somebody, please. Leave a rating and review if you like it. That helps us move up in the Apple Podcast rankings. I appreciate y'all. I'll talk to you next week. Peace. Executive production by Cleavon Davis. Music production by Cleavon Davis and Christian Hernandez. The Build Your Vision podcast is a product of Build Your Vision, LLC. Hey guys, Clee here. Thanks so much for listening to the Build Your Vision podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I would think you did if you stayed all the way to the end. The best thing that you could do to help support this show is by sharing it with somebody. By you just taking a few seconds to recommend this show to somebody, you are making a huge impact, not only on the success of this show, but possibly on that person's life.